likes bikes.
Hey, welcome to Theo Likes Bikes. I'm Theo and I like bikes. Today, I thought it would be really fun if we could all take a look at the gear that I use to ride to and from work. Again, I mainly ride to and from work. I'm not a big leisure rider. I just want to get rid of that transport, gas money, wait time, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I just want to show you through all the gear that I have gotten so far, what I want to upgrade, what I want to do with it, what I think about it so far. So first up is the helmets. First up is the helmet. Most important piece of gear you can probably get is your helmet, and I've gone a little bit overboard on this one, not gonna lie. I've actually kind of gone for a moped helmet, and it's got a whole bunch of scratches and nicks because, I don't know, things hit me on the head, I guess. I'm pretty sure it wasn't this banged up before I got it. This was a Trade Me helmet. Got it off of Trade Me. The two things that I was looking for is because I go pretty fast on my e-bike sometimes, I really wanted a face shield in order to make sure stones and dust and wind in general just didn't get too up in my eyes and whatnot. And I also actually wanted a sun visor as well, so that's pretty good. So I love my little sun visor because I was getting road blindness, or what do you call it? Snow blindness? It's, you know, when there's a lot of surface water on the road, not enough to skid, but enough for the sunlight to reflect off of it. There's a few roads here in Auckland that were blinding me to hell, so this really, really helps. It's also really super cushy. It's really easy to get on and off. Do a little demo. Oh, really easy to get on and off. And that's actually really nice. It does fog up a little bit. This is a really cheap moped helmet, but it does fog up a little bit. I probably ruined my hair there. The other thing is it's a full head helmet, so it is super protective, really cushy. So if I do get into a crash with a car, because I'm riding on the road, then hopefully the rest of my body will be crumpled, but my head will be fine. So we can cut my head off and store it in a jar or something. The next thing that I got almost instantly was a bike lock, and this is probably the worst bike lock you can get and won't save you from anything. But when I just bought my bike, I got this to make me feel a little better. I do store my bike inside wherever I go. It's not really, yeah, this won't do anything. Don't get this. Probably get something like a U-lock, which is what I want to upgrade to. There's a whole bunch of great locks out there. You really want something that is anti-clipper proof. I don't know what they call it, something like that, anti-clipper proof. But this will just die in seconds. It's mainly as a visual thing to make me feel better and to hopefully deter people from trying to enter a building and start dismantling it, because I don't know, maybe it'll stop somebody. The next thing is gloves. These are crappy and I'm gonna get rid of them as soon as I can. That fell down. Reclip. These are just gloves that I had when I got the bike, and I'm looking for some decent motorcycle gloves because I do a lot of winter riding. I don't really care too much about weather or season. I still want to get to work, to and from work with my bike. So these are just to keep my hands warm, but they don't really do a great job of that. Instead, it's more like keeping the wind off of them so they don't chill too quickly. But I really want full kind of narrow motorcycle gloves is what I want to upgrade to. Yeah. Same thing here, but this is not something that I had before I got my bike. This is a Balaclava. It's not a full head Balaclava, but it does have a little drawstring here to pull it close. It's not how it works. Like that. To your face. And it will keep your face nice, snug, and warm. My ears are a bit big, so it doesn't keep my ears very warm. I can't really put them over my ears. But this is fantastic. This is a Mons Royale, but it's a fantastic design. It's easy to get on and off. Because I've got my full face helmet, I don't need to cover my head, so it's nice having the option to pull this down, pull it back up. Very, very versatile, very breathable, and it's quite woolly inside, so it's very comfortable, but it's mainly for keeping me warm in the winter. And it also helps with my helmet. The visor does keep a lot of wind off me, but it does still have a very open neck, so this helps me stay really warm. Yeah, This was quite important to me because I like riding in the rain. I don't enjoy riding in the rain, never mind. I hate riding in the rain, but I will ride in the rain if I need to. So I got some waterproof pants, and funnily enough, they're not really that waterproof. So I do need to replace these with more expensive waterproof pants. This is what you get when you go to Kmart and you spend $5 on all of your bike gear. It's not very good. So don't do that. The reason why I got all of this cheap stuff to start with is to get a sense of what I was looking for and what I liked. And I really do like a good, decent pair of stretchy waterproof pants that I can just chuck on over my work gear and then take off when I get to work and everything's perfectly fine. A lot of people at work didn't even know that I cycled to and from work with an e-bike because I would take all my gear off before I actually walked into the office. And then one day they all saw me kind of geared up and they were like, "Do you have a motorbike?" I'm like, no. I just ride a tiny little e-bike. The general protection, general warmness and wet resistance is very, very comfortable for e-bike riding when you're commuting to and from work and you don't want to look like a mess when you get there. So next thing is visibility in general. So this wasn't the first thing I got, but it's a very, very important piece of kit is a reflective vest. If people can see you, you're less likely to get run over. Pretty simple concept. And it works pretty well in the dark. This one's very comfortable. I did have a Velcro one for a little while, which sucked because it would just break open and fly everywhere. This one is actually a zipper one. I did get this one from a friend. It was a gift, but it is fantastic. I love the zipper. It's really big and industrial, and the material is nice and thick, but it's not great for when it's raining. So for when it's raining, I've actually got this bad boy. Ugh. Nice, big, thick, I probably covered the microphone there. Waterproof, reflective jacket. God, I can't say anything these days. Yeah, no, it's a really, really great thick jacket. It keeps you really warm. There's probably rustling a lot, you probably can't hear me. This is a 3M Scotchlite reflective material, so it's a really, really good quality reflective rain jacket. It does come with a little hood, but of course with my Balaclava and my full face helmet, I don't really need a hood, so I just kind of keep that all wrapped up. Yeah, so people can see me, which is fantastic. That's not the only thing. I do have a front and rear light because the main driver that I've got, my Pedego Comfort Cruiser e-bike, does not come with integrated lights. So I did go out and I got a USB rechargeable front headlight and tail light. And they both come with different modes. I usually keep them on flashing rather than just always on because I feel like that increases visibility. I've got no proof. But yeah, I like to leave them on flashing so people in front of me and behind me get a little warning. It's really interesting, the flashing lights on reflective street signs and stop signs and stuff like that, I think does a lot for visibility because when you're in a car, it's really hard to notice if there's a cyclist around you, especially if they're riding next to you and your blind spot could be a big problem. So being able to see flashing street signs, you know there's something around you that's flashing, either an emergency vehicle, which will probably prompt you to look around, or an e-bike. Yeah, and you're not gonna get so hit with the car. It's gonna be great. There are two more things. So the first next thing. Another thing that's really helpful is a bike phone mount. Now I got a really, really cheap bike phone mount. It is just a little stretchy mount that you stretch over your phone, and it is really wobbly and kind of juddery, but my phone hasn't fallen out of it yet, so I've become a lot more confident in it, and I do drive a lot crazier than I probably should. One day my phone's gonna fly out of that thing, so I am looking to get a much better phone mount for the bike. But also another really important thing is I've got a little bell, and it does make me feel like a small child alerting people to my presence. But if you're on a walkway, like you can go on some shared cycle pedestrian walkways that go through parks in particular, it's really nice to alert people early to your presence. You sound like a dick and you feel like a dick, but it's so important, and you end up not running people over or getting yourself into terrible situations. So a bell's really nice. You can get electric horns for e-bikes that sound kind of burp, like kind of big car horny style I said horny in the video. But I feel like they're very, very loud and a lot more alarming than kind of an innocent little bell. And honestly, the only time I use it is when I'm behind a pedestrian and I want the pedestrian to notice me, because cars should already be looking out for stuff like this. So it's much nicer to have a kind of quieter, calmer sound to alert people to your presence. So I do use the little bike bell. And that's all of the gear that I kind of assembled and mashed together. Most of it's very crappy. I'm going to replace it. We'll do an update video. That'll be fantastic. I hope you liked this video. Feel free to ask me questions in the comments or tell me what an idiot I am for having shitty gear. Like, subscribe, follow, all of that good stuff. And let me know what videos you want to see in the future. Cheers.